Hello, thinkers. It's me, Quizmaster Jack, here on Thinking Game Trivia. We're playing through Buzzword. It's week 25 of 2025. I just noticed the coordination now, so maybe I should have done something more clever with my intro, but I got nothing. It's just, we're doing this off the cuff, unscripted, playing it how it is, straight off the dome. All right, since we're in the second half of this year, we have target scores that we're trying to improve on. For pop culture, it's 94.
A 1992 film by this director follows a teenager named Benny who obsesses over his video camera. In another film by this director of Benny's video, the Schober family is held hostage by two men at a vacation home. For 10 points,
it's the guy who did Funny
what
Games.
Austrian director made The Piano Teacher and Funny Games?
Yeah, who did Funny Games? Really wish they would want Funny Games. I'm gonna know. Yeah, Michael Haneke. Yep, that wasn't. I knew what they were talking about. Just don't know directors that well.
This actor voiced the cybernetically enhanced landlord Cy Borgman on the cartoon Harley Quinn. He starred in the 2004 sitcom Listen Up. On another sitcom, his character often referenced the imaginary importer Art Vandelay and worked for the Yankees. For 10 points.
It's Jason Alexander. Art Vandelay, one of George Costanza's many aliases. Jason Alexander was a Broadway guy, too. Figured that would be a TV question coming right off of a film question. So I limited it to mostly TV actors. Jason Alexander, of course, has had his dalliances in film, including Pretty Woman.
This song titles a film whose protagonist, Vince Everett, played by its singer, sings its B-side, Treat Me Nice.
Yeah.
The fictional musicians Little Joe and Spider Murphy are mentioned in this song, which begins The Warden Threw a Party. For 10 points, name this Elvis Presley hit set in a penitentiary.
That'd be the Jailhouse Rock. Okay. Elvis cuts. There's lyrics to Jailhouse Rock? I only really know the chorus.
An expansion titled For These Animals and Hills added vineyards to the board game Carcassonne. This is the first animal made available in the board game Agricola. While dark green Catan cards show lumber, bright green Catan cards...
Sheep. All right, got to the game that I play. I don't have that expansion of Carcassonne. My Carc's right here. Let's see. Right there. You can see a little bit of that blue box. That's my Carc. I only have the river expansion. I think I played Agricola once. And yeah, spent many a time on Catan. When they mentioned Catan and they were talking about animals, I should have just went in on sheep because those are the only animals that are resources in Catan.
In this film, Mr. Prodnose explains that accident means that someone dies. This film's villains include a Keegan-Michael Key-played police chief who gradually grows more obese and works for Slugworth. Timothy Chalamet starred in for 10 points.
Oh. Slugworth. Like, Slugworth was familiar, but I was thinking of Space Jam. But Keegan-Michael Key was not in Space Jam, the original, and definitely wasn't, or may have been in Space Jam: A New Legacy. But Slughorn is the guy who spoilers for Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. Slughorn is the guy who tempts the children to steal the everlasting gobstopper, but actually works for Willy Wonka, and it's actually a test of character, which Charlie passes, and he must have shown up in the prequel. I said good day, sir.
A song with this title from Beyonce's Lemonade repeats the line, I ain't thinking about you. A 2015 song with this title notes, you know that there is no innocent one in this game for two. Justin Bieber sings I'm missing more than just your body in a song with, for 10 points. What apologetic title?
Oh, okay. I'm going to say it's just this. Oh, it's just Sorry. Okay, yeah. I put a little more juice on that than needed to be.
Speedruns of this game involve turning on 8 marker switches to open a hidden vault without ever having to visit the Stone Ship or Channelwood Ages.
They said Stone Ship and Channelwood. Those are the ages in Myst. Don't have knowledge of the speed running of Myst, because when I played it, I sure did not do it fast. Myst, a classic of the point and click era, one of the best selling PC game of all time, I believe. Still, maybe The Sims beat it. Definitely the best selling CD-ROM game of all time, and it's a good one. Broderbund, they really know how to do it. Helping out my boy Atris with the pages. Brad Dourif was in Myst 3 Exile. He was the bad guy in that. Yeah, I was big into these games. Riven was just nonsensical. I had no idea what to do in Riven. Like, Myst was a little hard to get your head around, but Riven was just, I needed a guide real bad for that one.
This character is the mother of the teenage superhero Speed. This woman, the only female member of a team called the Kooky Quartet, was traumatized after discovering that her twin sons, William and Thomas, were magical constructs.
I think this is the Scarlet Witch. Yeah, it sounded a lot like Wanda. Wonka and Wanda in the same week. I kind of thought it was in Speed because, like, Quicksilver, her brother, there's a little bit of speed in the family. But yeah, Billy and Tommy, which are Wiccan and Speed, I guess.
The vegetarian lead actor of this film had to film a scene in which he eats a live octopus.
Oh.
This film's one-take hallway fight scene.
Okay. That's got to be Old Boy. I know about a one-take. There's a pretty famous one-take hallway fight in Old Boy, and not the Spike Lee remake starring Josh Brolin, I believe. Part of the original Korean movie, part of the Vengeance trilogy.
This character asks the teenage abuse victim Esther how to make a poisonous nightshade mixture. She is separated from her daughter Hannah and husband Luke before being trained at the Red Center by Aunt Lydia.
I'm just going to say it's Offred. I think they're talking about... Okay, they took Offred. I didn't know her real name. I only know her... probably not... I'm sure she doesn't like to be known as Offred. But I did not know her name of June. But from the Handmaid's Tale, I believe she is the handmaid of title. A 110. What did I drop? The music and not knowing Michael Haneke. Really wish that was just a question about funny games. I could answer a question about funny games. Couldn't answer a question about the director of funny games. But we have improved our score here in week 25 of pop culture. And in sports, we really only have one very poor score left to get past, and that is the 67. So hopefully we can knock that out and get into the 80s and worry about that. All right, here we go.
After retiring, this man spent the 1981 season coaching his successors, the Woodstock duo. This QB, who led Purdue to its first Rose Bowl, was injured and supplanted by NFL backup Earl Morrall for several games during an undefeated 1972 season. For 10 points,
72.
Who quarterback?
It's Bob Greasy. I thought we were in Johnny Unitas territory, because didn't Earl Morrall... I thought Earl Morrall was a quarterback for the Colts in one of the Super Bowls. But apparently he was also... won a Super Bowl with the 72 Dolphins. Boy, I want to see where people get best buzz on this one, who know that Bob Greasy became a quarterback coach after he retired. Get it that early. That would be impressive. Hats off to anybody who got it off of that clue.
In May 2025, this man tied a career high with 13 strikeouts while throwing a Maddox, a shutout completed in under 100 pitches. While leading a rotation that also included Casey Mize, this man won the AL's 2024 Pitching Triple Crown and Cy Young Award. For 10 points, name this ace for the Tigers.
Okay. I thought we were on the Brewers for a little bit. I forgot Casey Mize was on the Tigers. So I spent that whole time thinking about who would be the ace, or the current ace for the Brewers. But instead, I needed to go one state over and one league over into the American League.
This Hall of Famer won his last title backing up Bill Wennington and Luke Longley on the 1997 Bulls. He is the oldest ever NBA title winner and the NBA's leader in regular season games played.
Huh.
In 1986, Bill Walton won sixth man backing up, for 10 points, what Chief, the center on the 1980s Celtics?
Oh, I don't know whose nickname that is. I mean, I'll name a Celtic. I don't like this. This isn't great. This isn't what I want. Oh no, the worst. The worst option. All right, well, technical difficulties here. I'll be back in a second, hopefully. All right, we're back. Luckily, that was a question that I had no clue on. They still took Bird. I don't know whose problem that was. I don't think it was on my side because my connection still seems fine. I think that was on their side, which is unnerving, let's say, or trying to answer more questions. Yep, I think that was on their side. Anyway, no harm, no foul, I guess. So let's keep it going.
This man scored a game-winning overtime goal to clinch the Four Nations face-off for Canada. In 2024, this man won the Conn Smythe Trophy.
It's just Connor McDavid? It was Connor McDavid. All right. That just happened. And if anybody, like Connor McDavid is the Canadian guy now. Plays for the Oilers, but I feel like he's the main player for Canada.
This state names a 3-day event that, with badminton and Burleigh trials, forms the Grand Slam of eventing. At a 2025 competition in this state, journalism lost to sovereignty by 1.5 lengths. The run for the roses at Churchill Downs.
Okay. It's like, I don't know if they're trying to be clever. I don't know which exact race that was. Obviously horse racing, because they said justified, and I didn't know if it was. Yeah, I didn't know if maybe they were going for the Preakness or Belmont stakes there. So just waited until they said things that only applied to Kentucky.
This man caught 4 touchdown passes in the first half of the 2019 Peach Bowl. In 2022, he victimized the Bills' Cam Lewis on an improbable one-handed catch.
It's just my guy, Justin Jefferson. It's my boy, JJ. There's so many J's on the Vikings now. But yeah, that was, oh boy, that was a hell of a game, that Bills-Vikings game. I still go back and watch the highlights of it every once in a while. What's lost in that is Stephon Diggs had a ridiculous catch the drive before. And if the Bills won that game, I think that would be, well, I mean, that catch by JJ was still insane. But I think that Stephon Diggs catch would also have been pretty, up there. That game was just so great. Patrick Peterson ending it. Just sit here in my revelry of the Vikings in that game. The best moment for the team in the last. I mean, the best moment of the Kevin O'Connell era. I guess maybe you would count the 33-0 comeback also up there. But anyway, lots of J's on the Vikings right now. We got Justin Jefferson, we got Jordan Addison, we got JJ McCarthy, we got TJ Hawkinson, Aaron Jones. So many J's. It's like they're building a roster just to make me happy for the J synergy.
Top teams in this sport compete for the Liam McCarthy and Tommy Moore Cups.
Tommy Moore.
This sport, which is almost identical to the women's sport camogie, has goals with vertical crossbar extensions into which the schlitter is shot. For 10 points, what sport resembling field hockey is traditional to Ireland?
Okay. Hurling is what it's called. All right. I wanted to complain quick about, I've watched every single NFL game that Justin Jefferson has played in, and they start that clue with a college. We've beaten our score. We're playing with house money now. And that's good because they're going to make me name a college.
This school rallied from 9 points down with 3 minutes left to beat Texas Tech and advance to its first Final Four since 2014. Walter Clayton Jr. helped lead this school to a come-from-behind 2-point win over Houston. For 10 points, What SEC school won the 2025 NCAA men's basketball title?
That's a great question. All right. I'll take my licks here of not actually remembering who won. I thought it was Florida. Okay, I did remember who won. I was trying to hedge my bets about, I forgot who won March Madness not 5 months ago, less than 5 months, because March Madness ends in April for the most part. I got there.
A day after this event at the 1896 Olympics, the Greek woman Stamata Reviti did it solo. Two black South Africans and a man who imbibed strychnine competed in horrible...
This is the marathon. John Boyce. John Boyce feeding my knowledge. He has a whole video about the St. Louis Marathon and how terrible it was. They didn't think they should give athletes water, so instead they gave them alcohol and strychnine and raw eggs to run this marathon. Hilarious.
A Boston manager known by this nickname killed himself with acid in 1907. A first baseman with this nickname was his team's main liaison to Arnold Rothstein during the Black Sox scandal. Those MLB players, surnamed Stahl and Gandil, shared, for 10 points,
Gandil?
What nickname with Lakers broadcaster Hearn?
It's Chip. It's Chip Hearn. I'll use my... Oh, it's Chick Hearn! Alright. Turns out I didn't really actually have basketball knowledge. I've only heard half of the syllable, half of the, phoneme. We have improved the score. We are out of the 60 doldrums in sports and a solid 8 right in both. Just not knowing the ones I didn't know. I think they're going to classify this one as a basketball question or a baseball question, even though they could only find a giveaway in baseball. And even then, didn't help me. All right, that's it for me here in week 25. We improved on both, inching those scores up a little by little. Thanks for watching. You can play Buzzword yourself over at neqt.com/buzzword. You can help me out by liking this video, watching other videos on the channel, and subscribing to said channel. That's it for me here in week 25 of 25. We'll catch you next time.